charity, it's important we support charities. And in fact, just before I left the house today to come down here, I saw a charity appeal on behalf of Water Aid, and I thought, I'm not giving them any money. That pot sounds shit. But it's nice to see people here. It's nice to see friends out there as well in the audience. Sport's very important for me as well. And some of you will know this, but I did my very first comedy performance on this stage right here. Thank you. That's the kind of support I'm talking about. What did you talk about? More trouble than it's worth, Mark. But yeah, I did my first gig here, and I had a lot of support that night as well from friends and family. In fact, even my mum came down, and it was a pretty good gig. It went quite well. There were a few problems with timing and nerves, and the biggest problem I had that night was microphone technique. You see, I wasn't holding the microphone close enough to my mouth, so people at the back of the audience couldn't hear me properly. And my mum tried to point this out to me, but she couldn't just shout out, because I was in the middle of my set. And there's nothing more nerve-wracking, there's nothing more off-putting than looking over at that special section of the crowd where your friends and family are gathered to give you support and seeing your mum doing this. It's oh, but friends and family are weird like that, aren't they? Well, mine are. So I can't really mention my mum without mentioning my dad as well. My dad was one of these people who he started sentences with I'm not racist, but, and then you just know that as soon as somebody says that, the next words out of their mouth are going to be something incredibly offensive. It's like he once told me, I'm not racist, but I'd make them all swim home. I didn't bother asking who. I had a pretty good idea as it was. No, he was more of a casual racist as opposed to a hardcore racist. He was very relaxed about it. But I think I can't really blame him for that. I think it was a generation thing. And see, my dad was very proud to be English. He was very proud to be from Lancashire, and he was very proud to be from Burnley in particular. And he told me once when I was a kid, he said, Ian, I'll tell you something. Right? It were towns like Burnley. It were the cotton mill towns and the coal mining towns. It were towns like Burnley, son, that built this country. And you know what? He was 100% right. But even at that young age, I had this sort of cynical streak, and I was a cheeky little bastard. So I said to him, well, that's all well and good, Dad, but are you sure they couldn't finish building Burnley first? Doesn't seem like too much to ask, does it? But yeah, so that's my parents dealt with. Dealt with? I've not hired a hitman or anything. Look, parents, I want to tell you about my grandma as well. So I love her to bits, but she's a bit weird, right? See, in our family we've got this sort of, it's kind of a rite of passage. When you reach the age of about 13 or 14, this is when my grandma stops calling you a dirty wee beastie. And you sort of graduate, you go up in the hierarchical scheme of our family, and then she calls you a dirty wee shite. And the first time she called me a dirty wee shite, I was very proud. Obviously I'd been promoted. But it was weird to hear my grandma swearing because she's a devout Catholic. And well, she professes to be, at any rate. She professes to be a devout Catholic, and she said all those, she does all those little Catholic idiosyncrasies like saying that, oh, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the angels. She always does the dance as well. And what's the other one Catholics say? Oh, yeah. You're born in hell! Sinner! Miscreant! The fallen angel Lucifer will rise from the pit and claim your It's not just my family that are weird. It's, they say you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family, and that is true. But I choose friends that are just as fucked up as my family. I suppose I'm asking for trouble, but I've been doing comedy for a few years now, and I've made some friends in comedy. And one of them asked me at a gig in Manchester. You see, he's a Dutch fella. He's a lovely guy, and he's a very good comedian. And he had a gig coming up in Burnley. So he asked me what the people of Burnley were like, and well, I couldn't tell him the truth. He's Dutch. I couldn't exactly say, well, they don't tend to like foreigners, and even though you speak weird, you're not as Arabic as some, so you should be alright. I couldn't exactly say that to him. But I decided to tell him a story about one of my friends in Burnley who's actually in the audience tonight. I won't name him because I'm sure he'll just let you know who he is himself. But I've honestly no idea why I picked this story. But one of my friends from Burnley, I once asked him a hypothetical question, and I said to him, if you'd accidentally killed a girl, would you have sex with her corpse, knowing that realistically you could not be in any more trouble than you already were? And this is 100% true, by the way. This is 100% true. And so I put the question to him, and he thought for literally 2 seconds and said, yes. Said, yes, I would. And then I'd run her a hot bath so I could have her again later. I think my comedian friend cancelled his gig in Burnley. See, I've got another friend who's actually from Burnley, but he no longer lives here. I've got a friend called Rob, and he lives down in London now, and he's a manager of a really good restaurant down there. So he's doing quite well for himself. But you wouldn't have thought this would be the case if you had met him when I met him. So I met him when I was about 14, and he was a year older, about 15. And he's a lovely guy, and he's one of my best friends, but how do I put this? He's not exactly the sharpest tool in the box, if you follow me. And all he was concerned with when I first met him was getting high. But like I say, he's not exactly the brightest person, so he went about this in all sorts of weird ways. I mean, I remember he ran out of glue once and tried sniffing staples. It's that kind of thing. And Rob used to come up with all these grand schemes, grand ideas and things, and he came back from holiday on Spain a few years ago, and he came up to see me, and he had another one of his grand plans. And what he wanted to do, basically, is because, like I say, he manages a restaurant now, and I worked as a chef. So he wanted me to move over to Spain with him and open a Spanish-English fusion food restaurant, which on the surface doesn't sound like a bad idea. It doesn't sound too crazy, until you realise what he wanted to call it. I was thinking, maybe he's got a bit of sense by now. You know? Maybe he's wised up a bit, because he's had this idea. It doesn't sound too bad. And he goes, oh, I've got a name for it as well. So, oh, brilliant. What's the name? He goes, Spick and Spam. Same old Rob. That's the point on Dragon's Den when Duncan Bannatyne goes, oh, mate, you dirty wee shite. But they're not all friends, real friends. We all know this, and I'm not talking about friends who might betray you or something. I'm not even talking about children with imaginary friends, because I actually have a friend who made friends with his phone. Does anyone know anybody with an iPhone 4S? And they spend more time talking to their phone than they do to you. It's this thing, talking to the phone and the 4S. I asked this friend, it's just idle speculation, really. I thought, I wonder what the weather's going to be like when we go over to Skipton tomorrow. He goes, oh, I'll ask Siri. Who's Siri. My phone! I lost my phone! I thought he'd gone mental. I didn't realise Siri was the name of the service. I said, no, don't trouble Siri. I'll just Google it on Brian. So, while we're on the subject of smartphones, I want to tell you about the best headline I've ever read. It was on a tech website a few years ago, because we'd already had like the iPhone and things like that, and then Google was launching its own operating system for phones. And I was just browsing the web, and this article title, the headline caught my eye. It said, Google's new Android to make Apple and BlackBerry crumble. That's what he called it, a smartphone! Yes! And then I realised you have to download the custard and it costs you extra. But can't be too hard on people who make friends with the phones, because I had a digital friend as well, and that was my Tamagotchi. Yeah. There's one or two younger people in the audience looking at me now going, what the fuck is he talking about? Tamagotchi, is that some sort of weird Japanese fetish porn? And in a way, it was. But the Tamagotchi was a digital pet that you could keep on a keyring. And, you had to feed it, and if you didn't feed it, it'd get ill. But you could give it medicine if it got ill. And if you fed it too much, it'd put little digital poos everywhere. That's great. And you had to clean them up, and if you didn't clean them up, it got ill. It's more of its time ill than anything. But my Tamagotchi was a rescue Tamagotchi. See, it had obviously been neglected. I found it on a bus, and all his screen was cracked. And his battery was very, very low. And he was literally caked in digital shit. And I took him in, and I nursed him back to health. I repaired his cracked screen the best I could with super glue, and I cleaned up all his digital poo. And I replaced his battery for him. But then I remember the saddest day of my young life was when it came time to release my pet Tamagotchi back into the wild. It was a sad day. We sort of drove him up into the country and released him. I said, go, run free. The shackles of slavery are yours no longer. No, don't look back. It'll just make it more difficult for both of us. But it was heartening to see him frolicking with his parents. A digital 8-time and a Sinclair ZX81. So I've been talking about friends so long, I've left hardly any room for relationships, which tells you something about me. See, I've had a number of failed relationships over the last year. And I know some of you are looking and thinking, that can't be right, he's never had a relationship. But I assure you it is the truth. I just want to tell you about one of them. Not exactly the relationship, just one thing that happened. See, I was feeling in a somewhat cheeky mood one time, and my girlfriend at the time, I sort of slapped her on the arse. Sexy bum. And she bollocked me. Said, don't say that! Why not? She goes, because I hate my bum. Why do you hate it? No, I did ask that, but the answer is far too long to repeat here. But in the end, after I'd heard all the reasons, and I said, well, does it really matter? I mean, I like it, and you don't even have to look at it. And she said, no, I can't see it, but I know it's there. Like Predator. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thanks very much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Cheers.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Ian Singleton.